Today, I am Yinka Oko. Welcome to my channel, Biological and Agricultural Data Analysis. I appreciate you for being there. Today, I want to talk about variable types in R. Variable types in R. For us to perform our data analysis, we need to know the type of variables that we will be working with. So here we'll be considering the types of data that are of need to us majorly, not all the types of data, but the type of the variables, the type of variables that are of interest to us majorly. Now, I will talk about number one. Let me call it numeric or call it integer. Numeric majorly, yes, maybe in Python and some other thing, there's difference between numeric and integer, but you don't need to bother yourself about that. Here, arrow will handle it behind the scene for us. Now, numeric data are those data we use for mathematical operations. Your one, two, you have measured your PCV, you have measured your WBC, various metallurgical parameters, you measure them, you quantify them, or as a agriculturist, you have quantified the yields of your plants, you have taken the length, the height of your plants, you have taken the duration of maturity and all the rest. All those type of data that we use for mathematical operation, we call them numeric. For example, let's say A equals 2.3. Let's say B equals 5. Let's say C equals A plus B. Let's say D equals what now? Let me say B divided by A. Now we have all these here for us, all these variables that we have that I have declared here. Now let's see what type of variable are they. A, what is A like? Look at below here. You say A is a number, numeric 2.3 is a number. Okay, what about B? What is B? Let me place B there. That is B. Say my B is a number too, numeric. Okay, what about D? The same thing. Going to see there. It's numeric. So that is the number one type of variable we are going to consider. So note that your data, your variable type may be numeric, number one. The number two thing we look at is strings. Call them strings/character. Strings. Now, strings, these ones, you can use them for mathematical operation, this plus this plus that, this over this multiplied. No, you can use that. They are majorly in quotation mark. They are always in quotation mark. Now, let's say, for example, let me say researchers. Researchers equals, for me, concatenate Bill. Let me say Bill. I'm trying to raise up the names of some researchers. Let me say Grace. Let me say Love. Let me say Emmanuel. Let me put one more. What should I put? Evangel. Let me say Evangel. Okay, that is it. Let me use another one. Remarks. Remarks. Okay, let me say remarks. Okay, let me say no cross, no crown. That is the truth of the matter. No cross, no crown. That is very fast. Okay, let's see. What type of variable do I have? A researcher. Look at it here. Under, in this console, it said it is character. Look at it. It's character. I have 5 objects there. It is character. Character. Okay, what about remarks? What about remarks? What about remarks? Same thing, character, character. So notes, character, put them in inverted comma, inverted comma. That's what we put. That's character. Also call them string secret. We'll be working with Python. Now another one I'll be talking about. The next one I'll be talking about now is the number 3 is factor. Factor. Majorly we call them categorical variable. When you are working in your experiments, you have various treatment group. You have a control, you have group 1, group 2, group 3, or you have the control, treatment 1, treatment 2. Those are categorical variable. You can't say this plus this. Yes, you may use a number for it to represent them, but you cannot say group 1 plus no, group 2. That's not anything you can do. You can perform any other form of analysis on them. So sex, for example, male, female, those are categorical variable. Let's say, for example, G, X factor. Don't need to bother yourself how I'm generating this data, because we'll be getting that in Excel. We'll be raising up that there. So let's say we have control. Yes, I have treatment one. Again, I have treatments 2. Okay. Or yes, let me now say, give me what is G? What is G like? What type of data? You can use it. It's a factor. Look at it here. It says it's a factor. We have factor with 3 levels, which is the control, treatment 1, and definitely treatment 2. That is a factor, categorical variable. Working with categorical variable. Let's say sex, for example, gender. Let's say gender. As like I said, don't bother yourself with all this, because all this one is where we would have concluded them in Excel. So when we importing them, that's we do some little work on the male. Okay, gender. What type of data is that? Variable rather is that. Sorry, I mean it's variable type. What type of variable is that? You can see it's a factor with 2 level. So these are the variable types you have. We have talked about the variable types. Number 1, numeric is also just integer also, but don't bother yourself between the difference between numeric data and integer. I also told you about string. String, they are placed in inverted comma. They cannot be used for calculation at all. Then we've now spoken about factor, or which are also categorical variable. Majorly, these are the types of variables we'll be looking at. But let me just talk about one other more: logical variable or boolean. Logical or boolean. Sorry, logical variable. Okay, let me just say that. Let's give an example. Let's say response equals concatenate now true, false. Okay, what type of variable is this? Response. You can see it says logic, true or false. So I don't know. So there are some. When we'll be talking about when we'll be using conditional statements. You want to see, does this meet this particular condition? If it is true, it evaluates. If it is false, it goes the other way. And that's what we'll be using this majorly. So thank you very much. I will be stopping here for this video variable types. Now I said something the other time that I wanted to state a little, while I was comment about what I was making the presentation, and I said later I will come back to it. The difference between this pane here, this where we write our scripts, and this console. Now to put that, as I'm writing my instructions here, it is in this or left hand upper pane quadrants. That's where we write our script. You can see that it is being evaluated, it's being executed in this console, the the left lower quadrant. It's been executed there. Now, everything I'm writing here, I can also write them here. But when I make a mistake, I cannot easily come back there and come and make the correction. And I can't save it and come and work on it again. But look at this one. You can see that initially when I made some mistake, I could come back. For example, initially, if you remember, what I had here initially was researcher. Before I changed it again, give me and place what's there and place remarks um there. Now here I can save this. When I save this, I will close it. And when I come back again to R, I will find it there as my script. But this one, anything here, once I close my R, everything here is gone. Everything here is gone. So, and for example, when you are writing anything, when you are giving any instruction, any code, it is evaluated, it is executed right away. And that is, but here, if you don't tell R to evaluate it, to execute it, it will not execute it. I can keep on writing jargons, jargons. I can keep on writing jargons, but I can't do that here. See, can you see problem? You keep telling me error. You can see. But this one, I can write all those rubbish here. And let us say, this is a mistake. And come, clean it up and make the adjustment. And whenever I go off or I close my R, I can always come back to my R. Once I've saved it, come back again, I will make everything. But everything in this console would have gone. So note it. That's in this place. That is this um upper left and right quadrants now, where you write your code, save them, come back, make them. But for you to run that code, make sure your cursor is in the front of the thing you want to run like this. You either click this run like this, you can see it will run only that place. Or you um, hit control enter, control enter, control and enter. That is it. Or if you want to run multiple lines, for example, everything I've done, I can just highlight them all together and now click this run and it will execute everything that I have done so far. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate your being there. I hope you've gotten the variable types you'll be working with majorly in R. We have other ones like dates, and not the rest, but these are the major ones we'll be using in our analysis. Numeric, factor, which is for categorical variables. They'll talk about string or character, which we use for anything, like location, anything that is not for calculation right away. You have to type various things. They will talk about the logic, the boolean. So thank you very much. We meet in the next video when I'll just speak briefly about data types. Have a nice day.